Romance is not done well in the Persona series. Before you all decide to beat me to death, hear me out. Persona is a series centered around relationships, mainly platonic ones. Even in the earlier games, pre-calendar system, your crew is just as vital to you as the Persona themselves. The games excel at having the player form bonds with these characters and get a better understanding of their lives and motivations, like, real friendship. Even though romance has become such a big part of the series, and arguments over which underage girl is the best ring out all over the internet, I've never really felt that the romantic relationships were that fulfilling. First off, you don't lock in a romance till the game is nearly done. Yeah, you could speedrun and get with one of the classmates, but their romances are even less engaging than the ones of your party members. You spend so much time getting to know these characters, which is good, but the payoff ultimately doesn't hit. Once you romance your potential partner, nothing really changes outside of a few modified cutscenes with middle school levels of intimacy. Romancing doesn't allow you to get more emotionally invested in your partner, and nothing spawns out of this new dynamic. The story doesn't even really acknowledge it. When something like Persona 5 Strikers comes out, there is no acknowledgement of your chosen romance, so it might as well have never happened. In Persona 3 The Answer, Yukari is willing to endanger the lives of everyone on Earth for the protagonist, and this intense grief is pretty awkward if you, say, decided to date Fuka. Let's compare the Persona series to something like Mass Effect. The romances in it aren't groundbreaking, but they're great examples of how to use romances to flesh out the characters and make the relationships feel more real. You don't realize Jack is just a big old softie who just wants someone to accept her, and you don't realize that Garrus is just an awkward boy failure until you romance them. The characters are great outside of their romances, but their romances are used to get a deeper dive into their inner character. And not to start any fires, but at least Mass Effect lets you be gay. It's a long shot, but even though it's a mainstay of the series, I hope Persona 6 takes a metaphor route and just does away with romances altogether. So we can have a real cute OTP that no one can convince me isn't canon, even though I'm more of a Hulkenberg guy myself.